My name is Anushka, and today I'm going to be talking about communication in the Indus Valley and the Industrial Revolution. My research question is, how has communication impacted people throughout history? What was communication like in the Indus Valley? No one really knew what language the Indus people spoke, and nobody could read their language. Indus people communicated together with their language, and it was kind of their own secret language. The writing was done using a painted stick in soft clay or just a sharp tool to scratch marks on stone or metal. The writing was used, the Indus writing used at least 400 picture signs, and only a few people could read and write, and traders could read enough to tell what was written on seals. How did communication impact people in the Indus Valley? So some people couldn't really read and write, so maybe they asked other people to read and write for them, or the people who could not read and write, they communicated with people by talking more than reading, or writing. What was communication like during the Industrial Revolution? So I'm going to be talking about the printing press. So before in the Industrial Revolution, books were copied by monks and priests in temples, and it took a long time to make copies. It took 1 hour to make 250 copies. And there were single-sided pages. But then in 1814, Frederick Koenig invented the steam-driven printing press, which is able to print 1,100 double-sided pages in 1 hour. But then it improved and developed, and at around 1828, it was able to print 4,000 pages in 1 hour. How did communication impact people during the Industrial Revolution? So after the printing press, a lot of people started buying and reading newspapers, and it was cheaper because now it was printed, but then before it was written by hand, so now it was cheaper, and then it increased awareness for people about the social problems, and this helped people all around the world and have made their lives easier. What is communication like today? Now communication is way different than it was before, and now it is better, faster, and easier, and it's a really good way to connect and communicate with people all around you, and also people from different locations. And we have a lot of different ways now to communicate with people. These days we communicate with people a lot socially. We use Skype, Facebook, Twitter, or we use social media like Line, Messages, Kik, WeChat, and way more. A lot of people use their phones to call people too, and it's not very expensive. How has communication impacted people today? All this improved and developed systems and creations have helped people a lot all around the world to communicate with people. It has made their lives easier, and it's way faster. And now things are developing now also and making things better. So as you can see, before, like a long time ago, they made the iPhone 1, but now it has developed, and they have more things, and yeah. So coming back to my main point, which is my conclusion, how has communication impacted people throughout history? Communication throughout history has changed people's people's behavior, from the printing press till everything we have today. We have smartphones, computers, and everything we need to communicate, and it has made everything easier, and it has made everybody's lives easier to communicate with people all around the world, and it's really cheap, and it's not very that expensive, and we probably have everything we need now to communicate with people. But before, we didn't have a lot of things, and it was harder for us to communicate. But now we have everything we need today. Thank you.